So excited for you all to tune in to the next episode of the Breakthrough Autism podcast. We have Carly Eby, director and founder of the Autism Center of Toronto, or TACT for short. Welcome, Carly.
Thank you. So nice to be here.
We're so fortunate, right, to have fallen into such a incredible career.
Yes.
You've worked with a lot of staff. You've also worked with a lot of parents over your career. And you and I have both experienced and had conversations about, gosh, it's really hard for parents to navigate this landscape, figure out what to do. You know, child's been diagnosed with autism. Like, where do I go from here? And I can't even imagine, because when I started, we have similar,
Yes.
lengths of our careers, long time back. When I started, I remember thinking back then, gosh, there's like a lot of different fads and things out there for parents to navigate. And I thought it was a lot back then. It's like exponentially worse now. So you are distinguished, you have lots of experience. What would you think that is important for parents to know who are looking for services? What do they need to consider in all of this?
I always recommend the Association for Science and Autism Treatment website as a go-to source. And I often talk to parents when they either are contemplating a diagnosis they don't know yet. It never hurts
Yes.
to start treatment.
Yes, that's such a good point. Really important. It never hurts to start treatment therapy. If you are noticing gaps in your child's development, major take home point, whether or not they have a diagnosis, there's a reason why you started searching on Google, making the calls. Like, parents see things, right, through that lens of, I'm concerned my child's not developing X,
Yes.
Y, and Z. And that's the incredible thing about ABA is you don't need a diagnosis, right? It's really just, it's the science of learning, right? It can be applied in so many different ways. And, depending on what jurisdiction a family lives in, a diagnosis can take a while.
Yes.
And even if whether or not it ends up being a diagnosis of autism, that's pretty irrelevant to us, actually. It's more about what are the skills that they're learning or not learning.
Yes.
I think that's a really good take home point for families. It's one that I often also share with families too. It's okay if a child has a diagnosis that gets you through certain doors. Again, depending on where you live, there may be some opportunities for funding as well through that. And that's all important. But when we get down to it for treatment, like, what really, Carly, like, what does that matter to us, right? Like, we're not looking at it, oh, autism means they're going to get, this teaching program to learn this. It does. That's just like, okay, now we're looking at this child for who they are, where are their strengths, where are their needs, and we're programming as such. So you can always do that, and that's really empowering for families to be able to see it from that lens. You can start helping your child's learning. Clearly, the natural environment, I wish it was enough, but it's not at this point for your child.
Yes.
Goal is we'd like them to start learning from that environment, but we have to help them learn how to learn some skills.
That's right.
So start, right? Super key. That's really, really good thoughts. So beyond that, now you have families who now have been going through this for a while, or at any point in a child's development, there may be challenges that the family needs to grind through, right? In terms of their child's skill development or day-to-day life. How do you help families get through those times? So you mentioned it's really important for you to, we're human beings first. We're listening to the child. We're listening to families. What do you do to help families push through?
I encourage families that we work with, and I wish for all of the families that are caring for children with autism or other special needs, I wish for them that they practice compassion towards themselves. There are times when it's hard as a parent to celebrate the small steps or the small milestones. It gets modeled a lot by us as professionals.
Yes.
And sometimes that can be hard for parents to acknowledge. And I want them to be able to feel that and not feel guilty.
That's really good. I see where my office is situated. It's right by our waiting
Yeah.
room, so parents come in and out. And sometimes I just, have the window because I have a window and, depending if I have a meeting, obviously close the blinds, but see the parents coming in and out. And, sometimes there's a little skip to their
Yeah.
walk, right? And sometimes it's like, okay, I'm here. They're human. We're all human, right? You're experiencing the ups and downs of the journey. And I think that's really important for parents to hear that you are allowed to experience those ups and downs, and you should. Yeah, and it doesn't mean it's not mutually exclusive for the love of your child, right? And to be frank, sometimes when I see them walking in and out, you know, um, all the parents, but especially the moms, because I'm a mom myself. I don't have kids with special needs, but as a mom myself, I look at some of them and I know their child's needs or their history of their child, or some of the kids we work with, on top of the skills they have, like medical needs
Yes.
or whatever that family's going through, something else is happening in the family. And I look at that mom walking in and I'm like, you are my hero. I don't even know how you got out of bed this morning. This is what I'm thinking in my head.
Hmm.
Like, I don't even know how you got out of bed, let alone put yourself together, got your child who may have problems with transitions into the car to bring them to therapy, to whatever it is. And I just think, wow, like, good on you. Right. And so if that's like a really crummy day for you, you are absolutely entitled to say that, or, call your phone a friend, do whatever, go out for coffee, whatever you need to do. And we're part of that community too. As professionals, we're there too for families in terms of being able to develop their child's skills. And that also helps push them forward when they see that their child is progressing. So you've shared so many insights with us today, Carly, which I tremendously appreciate, from your experiences and your learnings, for the world to know, because there's just so many unfortunate myths about ABA out there. Just like a lot of other healthcare professions or helping professions, it's not unlike many others. But you and I share the common love of ABA because we know it works, and its application for every child makes such a difference in their life. It's just amazing. All those myths. What do you want the world to know about ABA? So, what is it? What does it do? Why does it matter? What would you say to people who, what is this thing, ABA? What would you want them to know?
Yeah, at the end of the day, ABA is really the science of learning. And if we think about it in terms of being able to break down just about any skill, behavior, whatever you want to call it, and break it down into small component pieces, understand it better for what it is or why it happens, and work towards the goal of the outcome that you want to see. That's what we do.
Amazing. And because of that, I completely agree. It's incredibly optimistic, right? We just look at things that, in our case, kids need to learn, really, but what anyone would need to learn. And we figure out a way to break it down, practice it, however which way for that individual is going to work, in order for them to help learn something that matters to them. And that's the beauty. It's so optimistic. And all the stories that you've shared in your insights is all evidence to that. So thank you so much for joining us today, and sharing your journey and the wonderful work that you guys do at TACT, and the wonderful impact that you make on our community. Thank you, Carly.
Thank you for having me.